Welcome back to an all new episode of Shifts and Giggles. We are out here in these streets, and I'm super pumped. Part two of emotional intelligence. Last week was why it's important. This week we are talking about how to build it, because emotional intelligence is not something that you have or don't have. It is not a gift. It is a skill. And you can learn and build this skill one simple shift at a time. Speaking of simple shift, today's episode is brought to you by my book, The Simple Shift. Just so y'all know, it's right there. Boom. You can find it on Amazon. And I greatly appreciate every single purchase. Speaking of the book, in the book, I tell a story about myself and my son, and knowing when I had made the turn on building emotional intelligence. I was taking a walk one Saturday morning, and during this walk, I started to just think about my parenting, like who I want to be as a dad, what I didn't have growing up and how I want to change that and all these things. And as I'm walking and I'm thinking, I'm talking to myself, and I realize that I have been treating my son differently than I've been treating my daughter. I was tougher on him. I was more quick to discipline him than I was her. And to be honest, like I didn't like who he was. Now, you're like, how old is your son in this story? He was 6, almost 7, like a month and a half from being 7. He's 6 years old. For me, it's a turning point in my parenting because, one, that's a crazy thing to say out loud. Like, I don't like my son. And it kind of took me off guard. But because I had been practicing naming what I felt, and like asking questions and trying to figure things out, trying to get to the bottom of it, it was shocking, but it did not stay there. And so I started to, again, ask questions. Why do you feel that way? Why are you treating him differently? What is it that makes you feel this way? And as I started to ask these questions and then answer them, I realized my son was becoming a little boy. He wasn't like, he's like well out of the toddler stage, but like now he's in a place where he's thinking for himself and he's challenging me and he wants to do things that I don't want to do. And I just didn't like it. Now, in addition to that, I was like, Rafer, this is your son. So whether you like him or not, one, I mean, we need to figure that out, but like whether you like him or not, this is your son. Like, you owe him good. You owe him love. You owe him peace. You owe that to him. At the least, this is what you got to show up and give. And I'm like, I get that, but he talked too much. And I was like, bro, one, he's 6 years old. This is how I talk to myself all the time. I'm like, bro, he's 6. I could understand if he was 36, 26 even. Yeah, 26-year-old just running their mouth all the time. Shut up, please. But he's 6. So we have to adjust our expectations of how we view him. We got to change our expectations of what this relationship is going to be. You got to stop being mean to him unnecessarily. It's not fair. It's not okay. We got to change this. Okay. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to ask him how he has felt about our relationship. And I'm going to move on from there. I'm going to be better from here. And so I did. Later that day, we were getting ready to go to a birthday party. And I say, hey, son, I want to apologize to you. He's like, for what? Kids. I want to apologize to you for being mean. Sometimes I was a little disrespectful. What does that mean? Disrespect is when you deserve to be treated normally, and I don't treat you normal. I've done things and said things that are not okay, and they may hurt your feelings sometimes, and I'm so sorry. I apologize. I said, have you noticed that I've been like mean sometimes? And he said, yeah, I have. And I said, really? Like when? You don't let me wear my light up shoes in the house. Cool. All right. And in that moment, I was able to change my parenting simply because I took a moment to pause and build some awareness around what I was doing as a parent with my son. This is not a skill that I just had. This is not a skill that I just saw growing up. This is a skill that I had to learn. And I want you to know that if you've ever just said, that's just how I am, or this is who I am, this is just what it is, this episode is for you. You do not have to stay stuck. You just need the right tools, and you have to train with the tools. That's all. So how do we build emotional intelligence? How do we do it? Number one, I got 5 things for you. Number one, name what you feel. You have to practice naming what you feel. Every single day, take the time to name what you feel. You have to do this. Number one, in naming what you feel, it takes the weight off of what you feel. Until you know what it is you're feeling, it feels very heavy all the time. It's going to feel heavy. But if you can name what it is, it will not feel as heavy. Google emotion words. That is going to help you so much. If you want to go read a book, you can go read a book. Emotional Agility is a very great book. But if you just want like help today, Google emotion words. Further, when you name your emotions, it should be an emotion word. If you say, I feel, it should be an emotion after that. I feel sad. I feel excited. I feel tired. I feel dismissed. I feel anxious. I feel joyful. I feel hopeful. But if I say I feel and my next word is that or like, those are thoughts. And that should be changed to I think this is not going to go well. I think you should do this. I think I should do this. But saying I feel I should do this, that should spark a question that says, what do you feel? I feel apprehensive. And because I feel apprehensive, I think I should do this. Naming your emotions changes the entire game. You have to name what you feel. Second, you need to pause before you react. You're taking in information, it's all the time, going crazy. It's just, take a breath. Take a breath, slow down. We don't have to do it right now. Slow down, take a pause, think. What is it that I'm feeling? Can I name it? Slow down, breathe. Name the emotion, pause before you react. In the pause, reframe the emotion, or I like to say, find the underlying feeling. So a lot of men will say, I just get angry. I just get angry. I just get angry. Ladies will say, it's just sad. It's just so sad. So we choose these big emotions, but there's actually something under that. That's what you actually feel. So last week I talked about feeling dismissed all the time. I would tell people I was angry. I'm angry, man. It just make me mad. Just make me mad. It just make me so mad. But I felt dismissed. I felt hurt. I didn't feel heard. And because of those things, it then presented as anger. But you have to be able to reframe the emotion to know and understand what it is you're actually feeling. So if I am, a lot of times we'll say, I don't know, just, it don't matter. Do I feel unheard in my relationships, so I don't voice anything anymore? Do I think I am not valued, so it doesn't matter? Find the underlying thing that's happening so you can actually get to the point and regulate that thing. And that leads us to the next point, which is ask yourself questions. You have to stay curious. Just like with Trey, and I've got a story I'm about to tell, but just like with Trey, asking myself questions. Why? What is it about him that makes you mad? What is it that he does? What are your expectations here? Oh, snap. This is all about me inside my own mind. This has nothing to do with him. He's just a recipient of what I feel. I have to ask myself questions. What is it that's bringing me here? What is it? Ask questions. Journal your patterns. What's causing this and why do I feel this way? As you ask yourself these questions, start to write the answers down. I tell this story all the time in marriage counseling when we talk about building self-awareness. Jenny and I, for about 2 years, maybe 3, until we started having kids, we would get coffee mugs from my in-laws for Christmas. They get us these Stay Hot cups. And at the time, I was still working nights and Jenny's working normal day hours. And one particular morning, I go to the cabinet to get my Stay Hot cup so I can pour my coffee. Open the cabinet, my cup's not there. And I know for a fact that I did not use my cup the day before. And so I say to myself, if my cup is not clean in this dishwasher, I am going to go clear off. I'm going clear off on her because she shouldn't be using my cup. I open the dishwasher. My cup is in there and it's dirty. I didn't use it yesterday, so I know she used my cup. And now I'm about to hold on to all this anger until she get off work. That's what I'm doing today. And as I closed the dishwasher, I had a moment where I said, why are you so mad? I will never forget that. I said, why are you so mad? Like, I understand being a little frustrated or like it's an inconvenience, but like, why are you so angry? What are you holding on to? What is happening here? You are really angry. And so I walked through this process, naming what I felt, pausing before I reacted, reframing, finding my underlying issue, staying curious. What is it? Why are you so angry? And I go, okay, well, growing up, I'm the oldest of 6. And growing up, I very rarely had my own stuff. Very rarely had stuff that was just for me. Literally, my brother and I, we shared a room till we left home. We shared clothes, shoes. We shared underwear till we were like 11 or 12, which as a parent, I fully understand. But very few things were just mine growing up. So I get married and we both get a his and hers cup. So for me, it was very clear. I have mine. I will never use your cup because I have a cup. I will never use yours. I have mine. But here's the thing, guys. I married a woman who has one sister. They had their own rooms growing up, but they would sleep in each other's rooms together. To this day, if one of them is traveling to see the other, they ask the other what kind of hair products the other has so they don't have to bring their stuff with them. I got 2 do-rags, and if any of my brothers needed a do-rag, I would go to the store and buy them one because it's mine, right? And so in this moment, I realized my wife didn't do it intentionally to make me mad. My wife was living the life that she had always lived, sharing everything with the one person she shared everything with. So the way she lived her life is how she began, or how she kept living her life. That's what she did. And as I'm understanding this, one, the anger subsides. I felt that it was unfair. I felt it was not fair at all. How dare you? I felt dismissed. And so again, in this moment, I didn't even have the word dismiss for another, probably, 10 years after this. But in that moment, I knew I needed to walk through a process because the anger was way too much in the moment. I could not avoid what I was feeling. I couldn't just avoid and blame and then that's it. No, we got to figure this out. And so learning that, staying curious, asking myself questions allowed me to, one, realize that I did not need to be as angry as I was. 2, I just wanted what was mine. 3, I am now not mad at her and ready to go off in 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is. It changed the entire trajectory of everything that I felt for the rest of the day. And so that's how you build emotional intelligence. Naming what you feel, pausing before you react, take a breath, find the underlying feeling. What is it that you actually feel? What is it that you actually feel? Just a couple days ago, talking to my wife about this thing that she wants to do, and I'm throwing out these kind of guardrail situations. And I paused. Rafer, what is it that you feel? Say that. Babe, I love you and I care for you and I want you to be okay as you step into this endeavor. I want you to think about all the angles so you can be okay. That's all I want. Taking a breath, pausing before you react, and then reframing and finding your underlying feeling. Stay curious, journal the patterns. If you can do these things over and over and over and over again, you will see and understand that your life is way easier doing these things versus not doing them. And this is not a thing about being perfect. It's about being intentional, showing up every day, making the better, uncomfortable choice. That's what it's about. Making the better, uncomfortable choice. Be intentional about building your emotional intelligence. So this week, I want to challenge you to name the emotion that you can handle better. Let's start to self-regulate these things. Let's start to bring self-awareness. Use this tool in every process of growth. So what tool from today will you try this week? Is it naming what you feel? Is it pausing before you react? Is it the journaling? Asking yourself questions and staying curious? What's the tool you're going to use this week? Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. I really appreciate y'all being here. This was massive. Y'all are too cool, and I really appreciate what we got going. We are here to change lives. Next week, another deep dive. We'll keep this ball rolling, and I'm super excited for it. Remember, shift happens on purpose. I'll see y'all next week.